Voters in Troup are making an important decision tonight whether to approve a multi-million-dollar bond that would bring big upgrades to local schools. CBS 19's Ayana Air joins us in Troup with how parents are encouraging voters to head to the polls. Ayana.
Yeah, Brennan, well, there's been a great turnout here across the street at Troup Municipal Library, and dozens of parents have been out here. I've been out here for a couple of hours, and these are parents who are in favor of the bond. They provided hot dogs, snacks, and drinks, and they told me it was all to get people to come out and vote. So one of the big items on the ballot is a $22 million Troup ISD bond that's aimed at funding upgrades to the high school and elementary, and the high school would get new science and CTE classrooms, plus a new gymnasium. The elementary will also get new classrooms and upgrades to the cafeteria and more. Now, if approved, the bond would raise the district's tax rate from 83 cents to $1.12 per $100 of property value. This is the first bond proposal in 5 years, and one parent says it's long overdue.
Kids will have better education, they'll have a better way for security, and they'll have a better way of getting information out for not just themselves, but they'll have better careers. So the better the schools, the better the citizens will be in the future. That's all number one in my book.
Earlier this year, Superintendent Tammy Jones said she believes the students of Troup ISD are worthy of the investment for today and the future. Now, the parents just left about 30 minutes ago. It was a great turnout, a lot of kids, a lot of parents out here. But for voters out there, there's a little under 2 hours left. The polls will be closing at 7 o'clock, but I'll be back at 6 with more info. Brennan, back to you.
All righty, Ayana Air and Troup, thank you. Voters across East Texas have been heading to the polls. Even on a now presidential or midterm election cycle, turnout has been steady but lower than officials had hoped. Our Robert De La Garza joins us now from Longview with a closer look at how things are shaping up.
I'm just steps away from the Longview Community Center behind me, and that's where voters have been steadily coming in and out throughout the day. And after speaking with a handful of those voters, they say that the whole process has taken just about 15 minutes, and that's because turnout has been lower than officials hoped, not just here, but across the state. In East Texas's second largest county, Gregg County has about 73,000 registered voters. As of midday, Election Administrator Jennifer Briggs says just over 2,000 people had cast their ballots, putting turnout at around 7%.
This is a very important election because these elections change our laws. It's going to affect your taxes. It's going to affect what you're able to do with your rights. You never know. Something to that effect could be on that ballot. If you don't show up and vote, your voice isn't heard, and they could literally pass laws with just a small number of voters showing up to vote.
Briggs says Gregg County's turnout is in line with the trends across Texas, where constitutional amendment elections tend to draw fewer voters. A few key items on today's ballot include school bonds for Kilgore, Spring Hill, and White Oak ISD, as well as 17 statewide amendments. Voting locations like this one will be open until 7 p.m. tonight, and officials say they expect another rush as people get off of work. Now you can see that line starting to pile up, and maybe that 15 minutes will be a little bit longer. Reporting in Longview, Robert De La Garza, CBS 19.
Robert, thank you. Meanwhile, over in Nacogdoches, voters have just a few hours left to decide on a $75 million proposal to build a new county jail facility. CBS 19's Nayeli Carrillo joins us in studio with a closer look at what's at stake and how this plan could reshape the county's jail system. Nayeli.
Brennan, we're told the current Nacogdoches County Jail, built more than 35 years ago, was designed to hold around 300 inmates. The newly proposed facility would almost double that capacity. The sheriff's office tells me that jail can't house all their inmates, and more than 100 are being held in other counties, costing taxpayers about $1.5 million each year. The sheriff says the new facility could help save money long term and would also include expanded mental health and medical services.
Can't think like we did 20 years ago housing inmates. You know, more and more inmates are being dumped in county jails that have mental health problems, and we're having to be the fixer on that.
Under the proposal, the bond would cost homeowners about $7.50 per month per $100,000 of home value, or roughly $90 a year. Right now, there are 19 polling locations open across the county. In studio, I'm Nayeli Carrillo.
Nayeli, thank you. And one proposition on today's ballot could shape the future of Texas water for generations. Proposition 4 carries a $1 billion impact aimed at keeping taps flowing as the state's population keeps growing. Marcelino Benito breaks down what a yes or no vote means for Texans.
Prop 4 may sound dry, but it's one of the ballot measures that could impact every Texan. Here's the actual language you'll see on Election Day. Basically, you'll vote for or against pumping billions of dollars into the Texas Water Fund. And here's why all of this matters. State leaders warn Texas is running out of water. Population is booming, demand is up, and our infrastructure is aging fast. Some officials fear that by 2030, if a major drought hits, the state's municipal water supply could struggle to meet demand. Now, Prop 4 aims to change all that. A yes vote would dedicate $1 billion in sales and use tax revenue, all of this starting in 2027. It would help fund $20 billion worth of water projects over the next 2 decades. Now, the money would help develop new water sources, repair aging pipes and treatment plants, improve flood control, and support conservation efforts. The Texas Water Development Board would oversee the use of these funds. It's important to note this: it will not increase any of your taxes. Ultimately, though, the decision is yours come November. Back to you.